Hello, YouTube. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Lindsay Clancy case, a very heated, controversial discussion, even though I don't think it should be. I think it's a pretty straightforward thing, and I think a lot of my viewers, my community, are going to be on my side, not just because you guys are my fans or whatever, so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna agree with you because I like you. Like, no. We actually cover a lot of cases like this. We talk about a lot of cases like this, and we seem to always land on the same conclusion when it comes to mental health and stuff like that. I'm spoiling. No more spoilers. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to give my take on it. So this is Lindsay Clancy. She is a woman that back in 2023 brutally killed her 3 children. The youngest one was 8 months old at the time. Do you want to know how she killed those children? With a exercise band, one by one. I believe it was one by one, and I believe it was like by the neck. You know, like she was like suffocating these kids. Back in 2023, she did that. The husband then arrived home, seeing her. I believe she was the one covered in blood because after she killed the 3 children, she tried to off herself, I believe, either to maybe escape the consequences of her actions, or I don't know. Like, actually, I do have a theory on that, but that's going to be towards the end of the video. I'm like 70% sure I'm correct. But anyway, she tried to off herself. The husband comes back. He sees that. He's like, what the fuck happened? He goes down into the basement and finds all 3 of his kids blue in the face, dead. And you might be wondering, why is this a heated thing? Because now what she is claiming and what her defense is claiming is that she was suffering from command hallucination while she was killing the children. Where have we heard this before? We've heard this several times in many of the shooting cases that we've covered on this channel, where somebody commits some kind of gruesome act like rape, like a school shooting, like domestic abuse, and they start saying, oh, like the voices in my head, and usually it's men, right? And guess what we always say? Okay, I kind of find that hard to believe that you're only talking about this now. And then secondly, even if that was true, I feel sorry for you, but guess what? You're still going to jail. You cannot be free. So again, let me remind y'all of the question. So why is this such a heated discussion? Because women actually believe her. Some women on TikTok believe her. People are out here supporting this woman, not just out of empathy, not just from a place of, oh, like have some sympathy for her, I feel bad for her, but yeah, she should still face consequences, but come on, the dad needs to be punished too. No. What I'm about to show you is of women outside the courts. They're cheering for her to get released.
Cheers for Lindsay Clancy. This was the extraordinary scene today as she arrived to court with hundreds of women wearing pink, showing their support. Despite her saying she killed her 3 children in a moment of postpartum psychosis, as Aaron Macagliano reports, many are showing her sympathy.
An astounding show of support today for Lindsay Clancy. Hundreds of women, all dressed in pink, cheered the accused mom.
I have to pause. The cheering, like this is some like football game. Like they're rooting for her to win. For a murder, it's like this woman killed 3 children and now she's claiming postpartum depression, even though, by the way, she was never formally diagnosed with this by any doctor that she saw.
Arrived in a police caravan for her
insane.
murder trial. Supporters ran across the field to greet Lindsay. Some came with their babies. They held up heart hands during a silent rally for the mom who strangled her 3 young children, then jumped from the 2nd floor window, leaving her paralyzed for life.
Like, listen to that last part again.
They held up heart hands for the mom who strangled her 3 young children.
They held up heart hands at the woman who strangled her 3 children. So anyway, that's that. So she's claiming that she had postpartum depression, which, if you guys don't know what that is, postpartum psychosis is a very rare, severe medical emergency involving a sudden break from reality after childbirth, affecting 1 to 2 out of 1,000 women. It causes rapid onset symptoms like hallucinations, delusions, extreme insomnia, and severe mood swings, requiring requiring immediate psychiatric hospitalization and treatment. So this seems to be her go-to thing. We're going to get more into why I think this defense kind of falls apart, but what I can say right now is the youngest child was 8 months. Postpartum psychosis is something that happens very close to giving birth. Like after you've given birth, it follows like pretty shortly after. 8 months later to all of a sudden pull out that card, it's a little suspicious. So she claims that she was in a state of psychosis. And for those of you who don't know, when you're in a state of mania or psychosis, you're not yourself. It's like an out-of-body experience. Something takes over, you're not present, okay? Your body's doing things. After you've committed the tragedy and you snap out of it, you should be devastated. You should be processing whatever you did to those children as if somebody else had done it. And how would any normal person react to learning that they had killed their own children? You would be devastated because it would feel like somebody else did it, but then to learn that you did it, it's like, holy fuck. Look at this clip. This is her response to the judge denying her as a witness. Look.
All right. I know it's a technicality. Go right there.
Duly noted. Thank you.
It's just weird. Did you guys see that? Like that face that she did? Like, it's like, it's smugness, it's callous, it's a reaction akin to she just like lost a round of poker or something. She's like, fuck, like, ugh, like, damn it. You know what I mean? This doesn't look like a grieving mother who had her children stripped from her as a result of an out of control state of psychosis. And yeah, people online, they're saying she's about to be jailed for life for something her husband did. For something her husband did? And guess what else? They have also raised over $1 million for her. She is being gifted $1 million by people for killing her 3 children. Again, I understand wanting to be empathetic and, you know, wanting to show her a little bit of grace, like if it truly is a mental health thing as a result of postpartum psychosis. But it's another thing to be giving her money, to be wanting her to be free without any consequences. So why do I believe that this is bullshit? Why do I believe that it wasn't some spur of the moment, like her voices in her head took over and she did that right then and there, right? Do you guys want to know why the husband was gone? Lindsay Clancy told her husband to go. I forgot exactly where she sent him, but she had him leave the house for something. She made sure that he was gone so that she could be alone with the children. That is premeditation. That's planning. That's logical thinking. That is not you in a manic episode acting crazy and then you just go and commit the murders. This is the image of the scene that the dad came back to. It's blood, a lot of blood. Again, the kids were strangled to death, so the blood isn't from them. The blood is from her, I believe, because she tried to take her own life after she committed the murders and she didn't die. She's now half paralyzed from the waist down, but that's the blood. People keep bringing up the fact, people online continue to bring up the fact that she was crying for help, that she was going everywhere trying to get help. Bro, she told her mom way in advance that she was having ideas of killing her children well in advance.
I remember her being very nervous. I remember her saying, I just have to tell you guys something. She told us that she had thoughts of harming the children.
Her own mom has literally gone on record now saying that she indeed already had these thoughts of harming the children before ever killing them. If she was conscious and rational enough to recognize that feeling within herself and telling people that she was going to do that or that she had ideas of doing that, she was also rational enough to turn herself in, to get away from the children. If she was out here saying that to her mom, why did she stick around? I get people are trying to say like, oh, she wanted help. She wanted to get the right meds. She wanted blah, blah, blah. But once again, she wasn't suffering from psychosis. No doctor ever gave her that diagnosis. You cannot blame the doctors at that point. It's 5 doctors, bro. The common denominator is her. If you're not getting the diagnosis, it's because you are not showing signs of what you're saying you have. Didn't she put herself into inpatient treatment though? Even if she was checked in somewhere, she left early. She was like, no, I'm done here. Let me out. Like she refused care at one point. and exited. And once again, like about the dad, it could very well be true that he was neglecting her. Okay, like from what I heard is that he was going on trips a lot, he was at work a lot. A rumor that's unconfirmed, it's just like a rumor, is that he was cheating on her. But you know what this kind of sounds like? When school shooters commit a shooting, they start saying bullying, they start saying fucked up family life, fucked up household, drug use. It sounds the same. It's the same exact type of logic. So even if all of these things are true, this is what shuts down that defense for me. If she was so mad at the husband, then her beef is with the husband. Why drag in the kids and kill them? That's like me getting mad at my girlfriend for nagging me, and you know, I'm drunk or something, or I'm under the influence of something, and then I kill our dog because I want to get back at her, because I want to show her how mad she's getting me. That defense falls apart, which is why I think that she did it out of spite. She was gonna kill herself, and then she was also like, okay, I fucking hate this husband, bro. I hate this husband. I'm going to take out the kids with me because I'm already planning on dying, right? That's gonna hurt him a lot. He's gonna feel really fucking bad, probably. But you know what would make him feel even worse? Fuck it, let me kill the kids too.
Conspiracy theories you guys are creating around this lady who killed her 3 children has proven to me that I actually don't want a jury of my peers to do anything about a case I'm in. You niggas are stupid, you're brain dead, you're gullible, and you're so proud of your lack of any research or skill, and I can't take it. I'm seeing motherfuckers in comments talking about, well, Leos don't kill their children, but he's a Gemini. A Leo and a Gemini, that's toxic. They're birth signs, nigga. That's what you're basing your belief on whether or not someone killed 3 children off of? Birth signs? Vibes? Weird energy? This is what happens when all you interact with is true crime. You begin to actually believe you are some type of detective. No, Laura, you are a middle management HR person who lives in Galveston, Texas. You've never seen a crime happen in front of you in your life.
And I want to stop it right here because I want to touch on that point. A lot of the people online that are coming up with these stupid ass, cartoony ass theories, they have never actually seen a crime, some form of brutality happen in front of them, but they love true crime. So what is all of this to them? Entertainment, because their only interaction with crime stuff is on their TV. It's on their phone in the form of videos. So anytime anything like this happens, they treat it like Love Island, like whatever reality show, right? It's nothing but entertainment to them, and they love gossip. They like just talking with each other and making up stories over drinks with their girlfriends, you know? That's why they feel so comfortable coming up with these Looney Tunes ass theories about their birth signs, their zodiac signs, saying that the dad was like manipulating her into doing it or something. When do you ever hear this? Like, when do you ever hear blaming the bullies for someone shooting up a school? Like, oh, you guys pushed him to doing this. Oh, justice for the shooter. Justice. Like, you don't hear this. When a man says, oh, I was addicted to alcohol and my wife was bitching at me and, you know, my testosterone was going crazy, because testosterone's also a hormone, right? And maybe he was taking testosterone. So I was hyped up on testosterone and I was drunk, and the wife has been nagging me for weeks. So naturally, I had to beat up the kids. I had to domestically abuse my wife. I had to abuse my dog. So, oh my gosh, shame on her, right, guys? Are you guys gonna defend me? That's the same logic. It makes no sense. So this person right here says something that I've also seen online. Why would you leave your wife alone with 3 kids if it's true that he neglected her and he knew something was up? This is important context. The day before the killing, they were playing in the snow outside. It was like things were seemingly good. The previous day, she was enjoying her time with the kids and stuff. In the moment, you would never suspect that the reason why your wife is telling you to leave the house, is telling you to go do something, right? You would never expect that the reason she's doing that is because she wants you away to kill your kids. Even if she's going through something mentally, like even if you know that in the past she's gone through something mentally, but right now she seems normal, why would you suspect that that's the reason? If my wife was asking me to go get something from like the grocery store, I'm gonna go do it. I don't agree with blaming the husband, like, why did you leave her alone with it sounds like victim blamey almost. Like, she told him to go do something and he did it. Be human for a second. Like, put yourself in his shoes. Even if you're a girl watching this video right now, pretend like you're a guy, pretend like you have a wife who, you know, is the mother of your children, and she's asking you to go do something for her. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. That's your wife. She's asking you to do something, you're gonna go do it. Okay, but question, why would she wait until he was home instead of killing the kids when he was away on trips? Ooh, wait a minute. That question opens up something else. She wanted him to see the aftermath as soon as possible. I think she sent him out somewhere so that he could be back same day and see the aftermath, so that, once again, because she wanted him to feel at fault for everything. She was already planning probably on killing herself, but to make it even worse, she killed the kids too. And then once again, here's somebody else arguing for medical malpractice, like they're blaming the medical system. And then this person, who could be a doctor here, he replies, was no malpractice, but keep reaching. Lindsay had same day appointments and telehealth, which is a platform that gives you direct access to her doctor through the portal. She was prescribed medication that she wasn't taking. She was choosing not to take. She did inpatient rehab that she signed herself out of. Remember, one of you guys brought that up earlier in stream. Oh, didn't she check herself into inpatient? She signed herself out. She forcefully exited the facility. And she also lied to the doctors, to several doctors, about her symptoms to get the drugs that she wanted because she was an addict. Okay, this is gonna be the end of the video. This is the end of the video. I feel like this basically confirms what I'm saying. Patrick Clancy received a phone call from his wife, from Lindsay Clancy, from the hospital a few days after the murders of the children. His wife didn't talk about the kids who she strangled to death in the basement. Guess what she spoke about instead? Instead, she made herself out to be the victim. She used that phone call to basically just complain about what she was going through. She choked out her children in the most harrowing and horrific death you could possibly imagine, but to her, she's the real victim.
What did the defendant say at that time about what had happened with the children?
She didn't talk about our kids. She talked about what she went through.
So my final thoughts is this kind of confirms my theory. The first phone call that she had to her husband after what she had done while under psychosis, which is bullshit, instead of using that call to taking accountability for what she did, talking about the children, I don't know, right? Something about the children. She only made it about herself, and she wanted him to feel bad about it. I think this whole thing that she did was to spite the husband. That's it. That's my take on it. I think if it's found that she really was suffering from some kind of psychosis, take her to a mental institution for a long time. Once again, I do want to express that I understand some women that want to give some empathy to her to understand why she was driven to that point of poor mental health, which we don't even know if it's 100% true or not that she was suffering from anything. But I do understand if you're wanting to understand that. But it's another thing to then use that to want her free, to raise money for her, to say that it was the dad's fault, that it was all these other people's faults, and that she's not responsible for anything. Let her off free. That's the part where you'll lose me. That's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for listening to me yap about this situation, about this case. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, if you overall agree with my conclusion, but maybe you disagree with some of the facts that I said or with some of the points that I made. Yeah, I'm open to discussion. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.